because as you guys know, watching Donald Trump on the political stage is like watching, like, I would say kind of like, I mean, the guy's nuts. You know what I mean? Trump is nuts. He will rip your butt apart.
You are now watching The Moderate View with Victor Goldstar.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of The Moderate View. I hope you guys are doing really, really good. And other news, I got a copyright. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I'm so used to saying that because, like, I play a lot of video games and stuff like that, and I'm like a gamer and stuff like that. So I'm just really used to saying that a lot. But I got my episode 3 video removed. Whoa. Yeah, I got my episode 3 video removed. And I did not want my episode 3 video to get removed, but it was because, quote, misinformation. It was kind of ironic because, like, I had the video up like for 9 days, and then suddenly it got removed. So I don't know if you're familiar with the video getting removed or anything like that, but it's just a really sort of, I would say like I feel bad. It hurts. It hurts. And as a tiny conservative channel, I don't even, it's, devastating. I'm trying to grow my podcast, trying to grow my channel. And I just deleted it, because the repeal got rejected. It's a whole conversation for another topic, but if you've checked me out, if you looked at my crazy Twitter posts, I'm just trying to figure out like who I am in my podcast and where we're trying to go and what the goal is and the direction of the goal. If you guys, I mean, my podcast is really new, so like not a lot of people are going to know who I am. I mean, it's a really, really tiny podcast, like brand new. And I've been trying to grow my channel for about a year before with gaming, and it's just, I mean, I got hundreds of views and thousands of views, not hundreds, like 100,000, like just 1,000 views. And it's just really, really hard. I'm trying to figure out good YouTube titles, good YouTube thumbnails, who my target audience is, who's actually watching me, who's not watching me. A lot of this stuff is really difficult and really hard for me. And I've been, struggling a lot. But one thing I've learned with the success of becoming a Twitch affiliate is to never give up, and hard work does very slowly pay off. And I do understand that there's a lot of people who don't struggle, who don't necessarily, take a long time to grow. Like, they grow from like, a tiny little plant to like a full blown grown red oak tree in like the matter of a month. I know there's like some girls who are gamers and they just post like very basic titles and stuff, and then they get like a couple hundreds of views. I don't know. I think it's a little bit with like my relatability. If you meet me in person, you would really feel my energy, and my body language would be very clear and very capturing. And I'm not sure what it is behind camera. I think I have the same charisma behind camera, but anyways, thank you for my new viewers who are watching me. It's really important. And again, I'm just trying to figure out who I am really politically. I'm just really getting started. I'm not an expert in politics. I'm not an expert in various studies, in psychology, in astronomy, stuff like that. I know a lot about, but I'm really just getting my bearings here. Anyways, we are 5 minutes into the podcast. This is episode 7. So I'm not deterred, but getting my YouTube video removed has really, it hurt. It's like a badge politically. Like politically, I got silenced. You know what I mean? Politically, I got censored. And it's not a surprise because, every conservative knows YouTube will shut you down. If you talk about specific hot topics, including, integrity of, what people do in order to get a candidacy. So I'm going to really tread my words and other things like that. Do follow me, please. It's very important. And guys, please hit that thumbs up, and any little tiny support I can get, any little criticism will be greatly appreciated. And as I said in my previous episode, you are more than welcome to come on to the Moderate View. And folks, I know people, get so confused, like if they were Mary Poppins trying to press a button on an iPhone screen. But folks, it's super easy. Let me just walk you through the simple 5-second steps. Basically, there's a number, a Google number, and basically you just leave your name and hit me up and give me a call. And I'll say, all right, how's it going? Like, we're not going to get into your birthday. We're not going to get into all the bad things or all the potential. Like, we're not going to get into your personal life. It's not about like a documentary of you. It's not an interview. What it is I need your support as a fellow conservative, as a fellow Christian, as a fellow man who's an American, a fellow woman who's an American. I need your support. So by you coming on to my podcast, in turn, it's a win-win. We are both going to get exposure. We are both going to feed off of each other's energy and questions, like Michael Jordan in the 1980s hitting a slam dunk. So that's what we're going to do when you come on my podcast. So in 5 seconds, the way it works, you leave your name and you give me a call. I answer your phone. We're not going to get into all the personal stuff. We're just going to be like, oh, hey, how's it going? And, oh, you could feel comfortable with me. You know what I mean? What are your thoughts about this? Oh, yeah, you're right. I agree about that. I agree about this. I agree about Trump. I agree about Christians. Yeah, it's really scary, isn't it, to speak your opinion? Yeah, you don't want to get doxxed, do you? Yeah, you're afraid of people finding out at your job about your political position. Yeah, you don't want people to know you support Trump. Yeah, it's just too vicious and stuff like that. I get it, but you're with me and I'm with you, and together we have strength and security and protection under for the most part, a lot of community guidelines, long as we're being civil and having civil discourse, watching out for misinformation. So basically, boom, give me a call or send me a DM on my Instagram or at Victor Goldstar 1 on my Twitter. And how's it going? Boom, nice to meet you. What do you think about this? What do you think about that? Oh, that's an interesting topic that you brought up. Oh, wow, I didn't think about that. Boom, we have a lightning, outline, a blueprint, if you will, of a powerful memo, a powerful manifesto of what we're going to tackle and really get people to wake up, to help people think about our political views and stuff like that. So anyways, I'm going to tone down my rhetoric significantly. I think I went off the rocker on episode 6, especially for the community guidelines on YouTube. So I'm really going to be careful and stuff like that. And, I need to grow my channel and I need to be professional at the same time. And I have to be mindful. All right. We are now 11 minutes into the podcast. So today's podcast is going to be about all the potential candidates that are going to be running for president for 2024. So really exciting news. Stay tuned and watch all the way to the very end. You are not going to want to miss this. You are not going to want to miss this. And before we get started, I know my channel is super tiny. Be sure to give me your support because I really need it. So that way I can continue to feel supported and develop a community together. Leave a comment. Don't feel nervous. Don't feel afraid. I'm here with you. So we got our American flag here. As you can see, our American flag. So I'm really going all patriotic here. So we got our American flag here. And when I took it out of the package, it was, kind of like those picnic, when you take out a picnic, a liner cover, table cutter, table liner thing. Anyways, so I ironed this and made sure, I did my best. And the way I ironed it is, I put like a sheet on top and then used like steamed and really hot, nice iron. So, we got the American flag there. And we also have another amazing prop. This is my guitar. So I'm really, really taking this podcast serious. And we got our American bald eagle there. So I salute George Washington, salute the Patriots, and salute you guys from Alabama, salute you guys from Texas, salute you guys from all across the United States. And let's go ahead and get this amazing podcast started. We are now at 13 minutes into the podcast. All right, so we're going to first focus on Trump's accomplishments. So we'll go ahead and have a look here. All right, as of January 2021, Trump administration accomplishments. Let me talk more to the microphone. All right, so we got unprecedented economic boom. Before the China virus invaded our shores, this sounds so much like Trump's rhetoric. We built the world's most prosperous economy. America gained 7 million new jobs under the Trump administration. More than 3 times government experts' projections. Middle-class families' income increased nearly $6,000, more than 5 times the gains during the entire previous administration. The employment rate reached 3.5%, the lowest in half a century. Achieved 40 months in a row with more job openings than job hirings. We'll continue to read this. Let's see. We just got a lot of accomplishments here, but I mean, the list goes on and on and on. Jobless claims hit a nearly 50-year low, and the number of people claiming unemployment insurance as a share of the population hit its lowest on record. And income delivered, incomes rose in every single metro area in the U.S. for the first time in nearly 3 decades. And it just goes on and on and on. So we all know Trump is going to be running for president. He was the first one, obviously. Correct me if I'm wrong. He was the first one to announce his presidency. So, I would say about 60% to like maybe 69%, if not 72% of Republicans, because there's a lot of Republicans, are backing Trump. That is still a massive majority. That's a huge number, but that's still very small but large minority. Thousands and thousands and thousands, if not millions, or maybe 1 million. I don't know what the number is. It's a big number, but a lot of other Republicans are not sure about Trump. When I watch the Alex Jones show, a lot of the call-ins talk about being black-pilled on Trump. And I didn't really know what that term meant, but, I'm learning. All right. So the next candidate for the political election we are going to have is Tim Scott. So we're going to have Tim Scott running for 2024 election. And I have not seen Tim Scott on the debate stage yet. And I'm very curious to see how Tim Scott is going to sort of come out in the front of the political stage from Donald Trump's shadow, rather very large shadow, because as you guys know, watching Donald Trump on the political stage is like watching, like, I would say kind of like, the guy's nuts. You know what I mean? Trump is nuts. He will rip your butt apart. You know what I mean? I don't want to get graphic here, folks, but he will literally rip you a new one. And he has so much of that powerful Gemini energy where he will just scorn you to death. Like he would just, did you see those clips with Jeb Bush? Oh my goodness. Donald Trump destroyed Jeb Bush. So we know, and we are not acting like strangers at all. It's like, walking into a freaking abandoned crack house and you got all kind of crackheads there smoking crack, and there's rats running around, and you got a big broken wall that looks like it's falling apart in New York City or Chicago or something. And you know what I mean? You're just like, wow, how did this building get so damn bad? How did this building get so destructive? And, that's the powerful damage of the political path and career. President Trump could, in turn, destroy his opponents. Politically, that will be a scenario for someone who dares to try to defy Donald Trump. So Donald Trump, whether you agree or not, We are at 19 minutes, 27 seconds. Donald Trump, whether you want to admit it or not, is a very powerful political opponent when it comes to his rhetoric. Now, I'm not sure about what you will say about, him with Hillary Clinton and the debate stage there. It was electrifying, powerful, and amazing. I think some of Trump's tiny criticisms and weaknesses, I would give him big ones, I would say, is sometimes he likes to shoot himself in the foot, and he kind of likes to measure what all the time, his what, and he just has really big ego and stuff. But anyways, we all know Trump. There's no introduction for Trump, so let's go ahead and quickly get to this, because it's going to take forever to edit this video. I hope not, by the way. All right, so next up we got Tulsi Gabbard. Excuse me, I apologize. I'm so sorry. I didn't get into Tim Scott. I was ranting too much about Donald Trump. All right, so we got Tim Scott here. All right, so Tim Scott, I didn't even know his middle name. Let's go ahead and look at, let's go ahead and look at this. Tim Scott is a United States Senator from South Carolina since 2013. So that's a very long term there in Senate. That's obviously a successful career there. Very popular. Say what you will. Very strong, powerful African-American man, I believe. No relation, but I'm just saying, it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing to have diversity. But that is, just a tiny little picture of Tim Scott. Let me know what you guys think about Tim Scott. But I've seen Tim Scott on Fox and Friends and Fox News, and I think he kind of he's a really smart, sharp guy. Let's go ahead and look at his let's see. Let's look at his electoral history. All right, so what do we got here? All right, so we got tons of Republicans support here, and it looks like Tim Scott has beat several opponents successfully. So it looks like, according to this, Tim Scott beat Paul Thurmond. Tim Scott also beat Ben Fraser. So that's very, very interesting there. And then it looks like Tim Scott beat Bobby G. Rose and Keith Blandford. So Tim Scott is a winner. He is not somebody to be, slept upon. Obviously, we just saw his record and, just a tiny little screenshot. But this man got 306,888 votes against Randall Young. That's the whole total. But this guy got 276,000 votes compared to Randall Young, who only got 30%. So yeah, Tim Scott is definitely a winner there. His record says everything. It speaks for himself. And just a lot of other things I'm looking at here. I apologize for not looking into the camera. His record is pretty darn good here. All right, let's go ahead and look at his personal life real quick. Scott is unmarried, and that's the first thing, folks. I wasn't planning to read that, but it is his personal life. And it says Protestant, so he's very religious, from SC. And, oh my God, I don't even know. While entering public life at 30, that he was a virgin. Oh my God. I'm just going to leave this here, but Tim Scott, come on. That's very interesting stuff. He's a man of God. He's a winner. He gets hella votes. He's very sharp. He's very smart. He's diverse, African-American. A majority of the Republicans support him. I think he's an amazing dude. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about Tim Scott. I'm feeling really positive. All right, next, somebody that I really love, Tulsi Gabbard. I really like Tulsi Gabbard a lot. 24 minutes into the video. Thank you guys for staying tuned and continue staying until the end. We got a lot of more candidates on this show today, on this podcast. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at Tulsi Gabbard. I love Tulsi Gabbard. From the minute she came onto the debate stage in the Democratic nominee for president, I was in love with her. I was like, wow, like she is a woman who is, I think she's like really darn good looking. I'm 33 years old. I don't know, but I think Tulsi Gabbard is a sight to see, to say the least. Not sure what you ladies think out there, but Tulsi is somebody that I think has so much common sense. Excuse me, and so much practicality politically. So she's a very smart cookie, and I think she's really gonna. I mean, she's not running for president, folks. She's not running for president. So I want to make that 100% clear. I'm just saying, man. Bill O'Reilly said she's not going to run for president. She's from Hawaii, and she's like kind of like an isolationist, and like she just wants to politically like just not go anywhere. And he said that's really bad for policy. I respect Bill O'Reilly's opinion. Say what you will about the personal baggage that's not related politically to this conversation, but yes, it's important and kind of crazy too. But anyways, she's not running, folks, but I'm just saying I really love her politically, not personally, and I think she'll do an amazing job if she's like Donald Trump's vice president. But Bill O'Reilly said that's not likely to happen. So anyways, so she's an American politician, United States Army Reserve officer, and political commentator who served as the United States representative, for Hawaii. And on and on and on. First Hindu member of Congress, first Samoan American voting member of Congress. And also she was a candidate for the Democratic nomination in the 2020 United States presidential election. So we know all this. Anyways, Tulsi Gabbard, let me know what you guys think. If you want to see Tulsi run for president, if you want to see Tulsi become Trump's VP for president, let me know what you guys think about Tulsi Gabbard. All right, next, this man, the myth, the legend, the underdog. I got some tiny little bit of flack on Twitter for saying that Ron DeSantis is underdog, and he saw inspiration of that. He's not quitting, and a lot of people are like, how can he even quit if he's not running? I understand their point, but what I'm saying in a larger way of thinking is that Ron DeSantis, whether you like it or not, folks, you got to be like a little bit tiny, like, open your eyes a little bit to the larger picture here. I mean, we got Ron DeSantis doing this and that, left and right, and just, I mean, he is no stranger to the political scene since Donald Trump gave him his endorsement back then. So anyways, I really like Ron DeSantis a lot. I think he will be a really great president. He's really sharp, young, has a great looking wife. She's a great person from what I do know about her and his family, and everybody in Florida loves him. I think he's like America's governor. He's like the best governor there is. I don't know, man. Say what I know. I know all the stuff about the George Bush stuff, and it's a tiny little clip, according to Owen Schroyer on Infowars, and just a lot of things. Alex Jones thinks he's really good. Steven Crowder, I'm not sure if I heard his opinion about it, but anyways, he's a really good guy. I think he'll make a really great president. So let's go ahead and look at Ron DeSantis. Excuse me. We're gonna get to him next. All right, so we got Ron DeSantis here. All right, so Ron DeSantis is a Virgo. I think astrology is really important. It's really cool. He's a good-looking dude. He's really young. I think he'll be a great president. The thing I love the most about Ron DeSantis is that he has the insane amount of Virgo ability of dissecting and analyzing and pinpointing and categorizing and systematically. He's like extremely analytical and like he can, like Ron DeSantis is really good at like just pinpointing exactly what is wrong and what is causing this and exactly how things originated. And if you see the way he talks, he's like very analytical. And I love that stuff because I'm like kind of like that a lot too. And that's one thing I really like is that he can systematically dissect and pick apart every single argument, every single policy that's terrible from the Democratic Party, like child affirming surgery, just tons of different things. Say what you will about Disney, that's a whole different conversation. But in the context of a presidential candidate, and again, I know he's not running, folks, but I mean, come on, it's kind of like, we kind of like, really know he's pretty much going to be running. So anyways, we're running out of time here, but American politician and former military officer since 2019. I did not know that. As the 46th governor of Florida, so he won second 2 terms in Florida, and a lot of Floridians do not want to lose him. Born in Jacksonville, DeSantis spent most of his childhood in Florida. For the most part, he graduated from Yale University. This is the whole skull and bones thing and a lot of like conspiracy. I mean, let me just take out that word, excuse me. But Alex Jones said some things about skull and bones and other things. But anyway, so, I mean, we know who he is. Law school. Harvard Law School, United States Navy. I mean, he's a solid dude. That's his signature there. I follow him on Twitter. I mean, we know who this guy is, so you know what I mean? I think Ron DeSantis will make an amazing president, and I love the way how he came out in that Piers Morgan interview, I believe, and he says, I don't know, I'm kind of like an executive guy. Like, say what you will. I think his voice is fine. I just think all around he's a solid candidate. But my question is, I don't really know if I could see him surviving Trump. Like, you know how we talked about in the beginning of this episode, how we talked about how Trump just berated Jeb Bush and just humiliated and destroyed the Clintons. Like, he has that kind of like relentless python venom that just will just paralyze and suffocate and just turn everything to like death and black plague. So I don't know. What do you think, guys? Like, do you think Ron DeSantis can really like handle that kind of storm from Trump? I don't know. I mean, I just don't know. But I would say if I can just like speak in a non-official capacity, theoretically, like nothing at all, just I would say kind of like tiny bit, like I don't really see him being able to just take him on. Because Trump can just get kind of nuts. So anyways, let's go ahead and look at our second candidate. Our other candidate, Robert F. Kennedy. So I'm really excited to talk about Robert F. Kennedy Jr. I never knew about him until literally like 2 weeks ago from the Alex Jones show. And he's told me so many crazy things. I mean, not personally, but like listening to the show and stuff. Alex talks about how he's like the real deal, and I can't say things about the vaccine, but he's really on that, and just a lot of other things, and he's like the real deal. And Ron Paul, Rand Paul's father. I mean, I thought he was an amazing candidate, and I thought he would have been an amazing president. Even Rand Paul, I think, would have been an amazing president, but conservatively, fantastic. Libertarianly, like, it just would have been great. But anyways, yeah, so let me know what you guys think about him. I can go on and on about him. So let's go ahead and take a look at Robert F. Kennedy's record and really get into this. All right, so politically, we got Robert F. Kennedy Jr., born January 17th. I think that's an Aquarius. I know January. I think it's January 22. I don't know, something. American environmental lawyer, author for promoting. I can't say that stuff. Let's see. Robert F. Kennedy and a nephew of President John F. Kennedy. Yeah, like he's literally the real deal. But anyways, what I was saying was that Ron Paul literally said that he thinks everything started with the deep state and the globalist, infiltrating America's presidential elections in the executive branch. He thinks it all started in 1963. And, I would love to have a presidential candidate where all the deep state and the globalists and the New World Agenda stuff kind of like originated, according to Ron Paul and tons of other like political experts and stuff like that. I would love to see like, that blood, that true American Democrat, democracy, how it once was. I would love to see Robert F. Jr. Kennedy win the nomination for the Democratic side. I think he'll be a good president. I don't know. Say what you will. I think he'll be great. I don't know. I mean, it would be a really hard pick for me between Trump and this guy. But anyways, so I don't really know too much about him. But I know all about his family. Everybody knows all about his family's legacy. Kennedy was born at Georgetown University Hospital in Washington, D.C. So he was born in Washington, D.C. And again, 1954. I mean, he's the real deal. He's the real deal. So, I mean, his whole family really, really got a lot of things at the end of the short stick there. So, anyways, what do you guys think about him? I'm not sure. Like, I haven't really been following him politically, but this will be another conversation and another video entirely. All right, so we are at 37 minutes into the podcast. So far, we have looked at Trump's administration accomplishments. Amazing accomplishments. I thought he did an amazing job. I just really felt sad, and I really hated so much how Trump was really like, trap after trap after trap after trap, and just like the whole deep state and the whole swamp, was just really after him, and how they got rid of Michael Flynn, his most 2020 vision, clear eye, snake vision, just really good, most powerful ally. They just really got rid of him early on, and we all know the whole story there. All right, so next up, we are going to take a look at Vivek. Let me know what you guys think about Vivek. I think he doesn't really get a fair amount of exposure, but he's been, I think, working the hardest. If you really want me to tell you the truth of what I think that he's been working really hard. So anyways, he's campaigning for the 2024 United States presidential election, and he filed his presidential campaign on February 21st, 2023. So I remember the day he announced, I was like, who is this guy? Who's this Indian dude? Like, I literally thought this was like M. Night Shyamalan. Like, I'm not being like, a dick. Like I thought I was looking at like M Night Shyamalan, and then like I scrolled past on Twitter or something, and I said, whoa, a political candidate, and then I saw his name. I'm like, holy shit, this is a whole completely different guy. And then I really started I the first time I saw him appear, Vivek was Ramaswamy was on Twitter. So let me know what you guys think about him. So we all know about his political positions. If you guys don't know, he has amazing political positions. And this is the fundamental conversation that we need to have before we end this video really quick. The fundamental conversation that we really need to have is, how are the Republican potentials and the Republican runners, how are these presidential candidates going to get out of Trump's butt? How are they going to get out of Trump's behind? You criticize Trump, and the 70 or 68% or 71% of massive Trump base will destroy you on Twitter and grill you. Marjorie Taylor Greene, who I really admire and I really love politically, I think she's great. And she gets a lot of attacks on the Democratic side because she's so, say what you will, powerful. But I always like leave a comment, a tweet, and try to say what I can, in my capacity to kind of like, say like, I think she's cool. I don't know why you guys are attacking her. So anyways, so yeah, how are these political candidates going to get out of Trump's shadow? What are their messages? So far, we'll summarize really quickly. Ron DeSantis has not officially run for president, but so far he's been, if you've really been paying attention politically, Roger Stone is not really a big DeSantis guy, and Laura Loomer and just a lot of other Trumpers and other political people in their positions, respectfully, are not for DeSantis. But I really like DeSantis a lot. And if he does run for president, I think his message, if you really like paid attention to Trump's arraignment and all that stuff, it's very interesting. But I think DeSantis' message is just going to be to focus on all of his accomplishments. And if you notice, he's kind of like accelerating exponentially, like against the liberal agenda, against the trans agenda, against all of this stuff, child affirming surgery agenda, against everything. So I think his message is going to be, we need to go to work. We need somebody sober thinking, very smart, intelligent to tackle. And here's the problem. Here's how it started. Here's how I'm going to fix it. Here's how I fixed it. In Florida. So I think DeSantis' message is going to be strategy and intelligence and clear communication. So that's what I think. Robert F. Kennedy Jr., I don't know too much about him, but from what I do know about him, I think his strategy is going to come from the heart, from feeling, from real American patriotism and the life and the real blood of the Kennedy family and the really incompleted saga of Kennedy's very early legacy. And it's just a very powerful, I could talk on and on about his potential message, but I think his message is going to be really powerful and very, very different from Trump, obviously, since he's even more so a Democratic candidate. I don't think Tulsi Gabbard's going to run. We've seen what she could do in the 2020 election. We got videos up there, but I'll quickly say I really respect Tulsi Gabbard a lot. I think she's a really great political leader. In my opinion, she's a very great political candidate. Tim Scott, his message is about faith, positivity, God, and family. If you see his very early messages, it's really about positivity. Are you guys going to be watching the debate? We're going to have the debate happening on Fox. Is going to be the first Republican debates on August. So very, very soon coming up. I'm very excited about that. And as you can see, we're starting to have like Marco Rubio like kind of popping his head up and talking about a lot of the stuff that's happening right now, and he's talking about men wearing dresses, being violent, and just, you know what I mean? Say what you will. I never hated Marco Rubio. I just was like, is he kind of like a rhino? And then it's kind of like, I'm going from Ben Carson to Trump in 2016, mind you, and XYZ. So it's going to be like another really, really busy, I think like a very busy roster politically on the Republican side. Vivek Ramaswamy is about no BS, and he's about anti-establishment. And that's basically his message in a nutshell. It's a really powerful message. I really like that message. And my final hopeful, I think my camera is really blurry right now for some reason. Let me go ahead and try to fix this really fast. I don't know how blurry it's been going on. But anyways, so somebody that I think will be like a really interesting political hopeful will be Kristi Noem, the Dakota, I believe, governor. So Kristi Noem, I really like her personality. I think she has like, very good vibes. I don't really know her record politically, but here's Kristi Noem. She's born November 30th, 1971, American politician, 33 governor of South Dakota. Since 2019, part of the Republican Party, of course, and serves as the U.S. representative of South Dakota's at-large congressional district. Let's go ahead and look at some of her political stuff here. What do we have? So some of her electoral history, Kristi Noem with 61.9% and 217,000 votes, beat Democratic candidate Jamie Smith back in 2022, and Tracy Quint. Kristi Noem also with 91,000 votes beat Stephen Hoggard, I think that's how you say it, with 91,000 votes, 661. Kristi Noem also beat, Kristi Noem's a damn winner. She also beat Kurt Evans and Billy Sustin with 172,000 votes back in 2018. So just really for a gubernatorial election. So it's just a really close race there. Very, very tight race there, actually. 47.6 to 51, say what you will. On and on and on. She beat Marty Jackley. She beat Paula Hawks. She beat Corina Robinson in 2014. You know what I mean? This is back when Trump was becoming president. Kristi Noem beat Paula Hawks with a very large race at a large congressional district election, 237,000 votes. So Kristi Noem is not a stranger to being a winner as well. So Kristi Noem, for me, I think obviously she hasn't announced, but I think she will be a great first woman president. I don't know. It's just my opinion. Anyways, we are done with this video. 48 minutes into this video. Let me know what you guys think. How excited are you for the 2024 election? What do you think about all the candidates? Tim Scott, all the hopeful presidential hopefuls, Vivek, anti-establishment message, Tim Scott's faith and love message, on and on and on. Let me know what you guys think. Go ahead and drop that comment, and I'll see you guys next time. This has been episode 7 of The View, and I hope you guys have a good rest of your night, and be sure to like and follow me on Twitter at VictorGoldStar1.